Welcome to Savannah Storytellers, a YouTube channel where we give you the best African talks, love stories, folklores, and more. Please support our channel by subscribing, liking, and commenting on our videos. You will get 100 years of good luck if you do. Thank you. That old aphorism that says pride goes before fall has proven itself beyond reasonable doubt to be always true. In today's episodes, we will be talking about an influential flute player called Oare. Oware's story must sound like a warning to everybody to always bury their pride when loved. Deep inside the ancient kingdom of Igodomigodo, a land of prosperity, peace, and happiness, an era of ancient civilization long before the slave trade and neocolonialism. The people of Igodomigodo had their civilization. Their huts are made of mud and thatchy roofs. A beautiful era of contentment and harmony. The land was blessed with culture and a beautiful landscape, making it one of the strongest African kingdoms in ancient times. The people loved crafts and art. They found amusement in traditional ceremonies, festivities, and music. Aware the flute player was loved by the people and envied among peers for his charm and talents when he plays flute. People would gather in numbers to watch him play. Friends and family reminded themselves in anticipation of Owe playing the flute. He was the best of them all, so he thought of himself. Whenever there was a royal ceremony, Owe was the first to get invited. His romance with the flute gave a perfect tone, pleasant to the ears, and was a trigger to dance. One day, Owe woke up with thoughts of the glory and treasures he had. He thought about how he was loved by the people. Looking around his compound, he thought of the glory he had gained as the king's favorite musician, a worthy status anyone could get in the kingdom. The king loved him and was fond of his magical tunes each time he played. The people sing praises of his name, dancing to his rhythm with total appreciation of his presence and talent among them. With this love I have gotten from the people, what if I died? How would they feel? Will they cry deeply to mourn my departed soul? Will they miss me dearly? He questioned his thoughts while walking slowly around his compound, hands behind his back. What if I pretend to be dead? I would like to see their reaction to my death, he thought to himself. Then he went back to his hut and sat on his old woven African chair, fanning himself with the crafted African elephant grass hand fan. Thinking about his destruction, he pondered ways to fake his death, thinking of ways to go about it. Later, he called his wife, Isosa, to join him in his hut. Isosa, the beautiful, dark, and tall woman, sat next to her husband in panic about what might have been up for discussion under the fading sun with her husband. Isosa's loyalty to her husband, Owe, was strong. She never doubted his words before. Isosa, I have something to tell you. You must support whatever I tell you. Owe told Isosa, then sipped from his palm wine calabash. My husband, what is it? She asked in optimism, hoping all was well. Owe told her about his plan and also found a way to make her agree to help him. One evening, Owe ordered his wife and children to cry loudly so the neighbors and everybody would come out to hear the wailings of his family over his death. They came out crying, wailing themselves on the red earth of their compound. They cried loudly, and people came out running to ask what was wrong. The people were told of Owe's sudden death. The kingdom was thrown into mourning over Owe's death. Meanwhile, Owe hid in his house pretending to be dead. The Igodo, king, and everybody mourned over his death profoundly. They all missed Owe. Time had passed and everybody went about their ways of living life. The Igodo, the king, missed Owe. He would occasionally reminisce on his pleasant display of flute playing. Then one day, a certain farmer heard a beautiful tune of flute coming from a nearby bush. He trailed the sound till he found the person behind it. Upon seeing the musician, he found out it was a young boy. The farmer questioned himself by asking if it was real or a mere dream. "Young boy, who are you and where are you from?" He questioned the young boy playing the flute. "My name is Ifosa, and I'm traveling from a nearby village," the young boy responded to the farmer. People gathered at the spot watching and enjoying the strange boy playing his flute. Some talked about how better he sounded than Oare. The villagers watched in excitement, dancing to the rhythm of his flute. "Igodo must see this," the people insisted. They instructed the farmer to take the boy to the king's palace. The young boy was taken to the palace of Igodo. The people who witnessed his act announced how brilliant he played the flute to the king. They describe his artistic expression of flute playing as never heard before. Stunned by how young he was, the king questioned his identity before asking him to play. Blown by his magical play, the king instructed the boy to be kept as his royal guest and flute player. The people loved him from that day and never remembered Oare. One evening at the same spot he was found. The young boy sat and played his flute. Surprised by how sweet the sound felt, Oare came out from hiding to trail the source of the beautiful sound he was hearing. Jealousy and regret crept in. Oare left his hiding to meet the young boy. "Hey, who do you think you are? Give me that flute," he said to the young boy before seizing his flute. This dispute led people around to come out to witness what was on, only to come and see Oare in a brawl with the young boy. They took Oare and the boy to meet the king. Everybody in the village was shocked to see that dead Oare alive. "Oare, you are dead. What are you doing here?" the king asked in confusion. Oare stood there watching how people were surprised to see him again. "Your Highness, I was not dead. I only pretended to be dead to see how loved by the people I am," Oare told the king, feeling cocky. Everybody, including the king, was mad at Oare for making them mourn over his fake death. Some suggested that he was banished from the kingdom. Some wanted him stoned to death for such a grievous lie. Angered by his claims, the king commanded he give back the flute to the young boy and then issued a decree. "Oare, the people loved and mourned you. I mourned you for days. The gods have given us a replacement for your flute playing. Go back to where you are coming from. You are dead to us," the king proclaimed. Oare was taken out of the palace by the royal guards and was banished from the kingdom with his entire family. And he was never heard of again. The end. The moral of the story: pride goes before fall. Oare falls to understand that his talent was not just a blessing to him, but to everyone in the kingdom. If you like this story, kindly like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'd like to hear from you. Please drop a comment on what you think about this story. See you in the next episode.